Mojang built the game. The community built everything else. The math, the far lands, the player who was never in the code, the server with no rules, the place built not to be found, the vote, the movie. 8 episodes, 1 game, and tonight is the last one. Tonight, we follow the people who showed up to a game one person was making and decided to make something with it. The people who built the world's culture while Mojang was building the world. If this is your first visit, take a moment to subscribe. There's always a place for you at the fire. Mojang built the game. The community built everything else. In 2010, a game called Minecraft was being built by one person in a small apartment in Stockholm. The person's name was Marcus Persson. The person's handle was Notch. Notch was at a desk. The desk was small. The apartment was small. The game was not small. The game was getting larger than the apartment, and the apartment was not large to begin with. A community of players was already gathering on a forum Notch had not planned for. The first generation of builders were the people who showed up to a game one person was making and decided to make something with it. The first community, a Minecraft forum, 2010. The forum was not on Notch's roadmap. The forum was not a planned feature. The forum was a place where players posted screenshots of castles, mine shafts, redstone contraptions, things they had built in the game. Hundreds of people posting every day screenshots of things they had built. Nobody had asked them to. The forum was the first architecture the community built around the game. The forum was the first builder's workshop. The forum was, in some way, the first thing the community made that Mojang did not make. The forum was the first line in the long sentence the community has been writing ever since. The first wave, 2011. The survival update had landed. Beta 1.7.3. The world had a hunger system, a day-night cycle, a survival mode. Players started building for survival. The first wave of builders were people who built small things, small stone keeps, tiny wheat farms, little mine entrances, and posted them to the forum. The builds were small. The builds were earnest. The builds were made by people who had figured out on their own that a game made of blocks was a world that could be settled by many hands. The community had not been planned. The community was being built. The Yogscast. Lewis Brindley and Simon Lane. 2 British creators who had been making Minecraft videos since 2010. The Yogscast's main series, The Shadow of Israfel, the Tekkit series, the Yoglabs series, was already a thing. The Yogscast was not a person. The Yogscast was a tradition 2 people had started. The tradition was, in part, the work of a long-running Minecraft series. The tradition was, in part, the work of a community of viewers who had been watching the series for years. In December 2011, the 2 people behind the tradition decided to do a Christmas charity live stream. The stream was a few days long. The stream was the first Jingle Jam. The tradition has lasted 14 years. The tradition is still going. The first Jingle Jam, December 2011. A small Christmas live stream, a few days long, a handful of charity partners, including the charity for hospitalized young people, now known as Child's Play, and a small UK-based charity for terminally ill young people called the Willow Foundation. The total raised in year 1 was approximately $115,000. The total was considered remarkable at the time. The 2 people behind the stream did not know they were starting a tradition. The 2 people behind the stream just wanted to do something nice in December. The tradition they started, by accident, has raised more than $50 million for charity across 14 years. The tradition is the longest-running creator-led charity event in gaming. The tradition takes root, 2012 to 2014. The Humble Bundle partnership in 2012 added a Minecraft-themed bundle to the Jingle Jam. The Humble Bundle was a pay-what-you-want game bundle that had launched in 2010. The bundle raised approximately $1.4 million in a single year. The 2013 Jingle Jam raised approximately $2.3 million. The 2014 Jingle Jam raised approximately $2.9 million. Each year, the Jingle Jam grew. Each year, more creators joined. Each year, more charities were nominated by the community. The total kept going up. The tradition was no longer a small stream. The tradition was an annual multi-day charity event. The tradition was the community's most measurable contribution to the world the game helped build. The Hermitcraft server, 2012. Generic B, an American Minecraft YouTuber, founded a small private Minecraft multiplayer server. The server was a place for creators to make content together. The server was small. The server was named Hermitcraft. The server has been running continuously since 2012. The server is, by a wide margin, the longest-running creator collaboration Minecraft server. The server is, in some way, the institution the community built around the game. The server is not on Mojang's roadmap. The server is the community's own institution. The server has had 10 seasons, more than 30 creators, and more than a decade of continuous content. The server is still running. The first generation, 2013 to 2015. Mumbo Jumbo joined Hermitcraft in 2014. docm77 had been a member since 2012. Grian joined in 2015. The first generation of full-time Minecraft creators was already a thing by 2014. Revenue came primarily from YouTube ad revenue. The average creator in the first generation was earning a modest middle-class income, not a fortune. The first generation treated content creation as a profession, not a side project. The first generation was the first wave of people who turned playing Minecraft on camera into a recognized job. The first generation was small. The first generation was the seed of the profession that would, in a few years, become a real profession. Patreon and the Middle Class of Creators, 2015-2017. Patreon is a platform that lets audiences support creators with monthly contributions. Patreon was founded in May 2013. Patreon was not initially a major income source for Minecraft creators. Patreon adoption among Minecraft creators accelerated through 2015 and 2016. By 2016, mid-tier creators, Mumbo, Grian, docm77, and others like them, had Patreon-supported monthly income in the low to mid 5 figures USD per month. The creator was now a recognized profession in gaming-adjacent communities. Sponsorships, gaming chair companies, gaming peripheral companies, energy drink brands became a significant income layer. The middle class of creators stabilized. The middle class of creators was the community the Jingle Jam was reaching each December. By 2017, the creator profession was real. Mumbo was full-time, Grian was full-time, docm77 was full-time. The middle class of creators had stable Patreon income, stable YouTube ad revenue, stable sponsorships. The creator profession was not a side project. The creator profession was a career. The creator profession was the work of the community, not the work of the code base. The code base shipped the game. The community shipped the profession. The profession had a middle class, an upper class, a long tail of small creators. The profession had its own conventions: collaboration, seasonal resets, the SMP format, the December charity tradition. The profession was, in some way, the community's most ambitious institution. Mojang built the game. The community built everything else. The Industrial Scale, 2015 to 2019. DocM 77's Industrial District on Hermitcraft. DocM 77's Area 77 Megabuild. The Scale Model Hogwarts. Multi-year, multi-creator projects that took more calendar time than some real-world construction projects. Ilmango's most efficient possible version of every Minecraft farm. The smallest possible iron farm, the fastest possible mob grinder, the most optimized raid farm. The architecture of the community was not small builds in the first wave. The architecture of the community was civilizational scale. The architecture of the community was, in some way, the world's largest collaborative building project, run by people who were not on Mojang's payroll, on a game that one person built in a small apartment in Stockholm. The Dream SMP, 2020 to 2022. SMP stands for Survival Multiplayer. The Dream SMP was founded in mid-2020 by the YouTube creator Dream. The server was a private, narrative-driven, scripted Minecraft server. The roster included Dream, George Not Found, Sapnap, Tommy Innit, Tubbo, Filza, Technoblade, who has since passed, Wilbur Soot, and others. The Dream SMP was a different model from Hermitcraft. The Dream SMP was a smaller roster, more tightly scripted, more Twitch-focused. The Dream SMP became the highest-viewed Minecraft content category on YouTube and Twitch in 2020 and 2021. The SMP was part Minecraft Let's Play, part improvisational theater, part ARG. The SMP was the community's most ambitious collaborative project. The SMP was, in some way, the community's first attempt at making the game into a different kind of medium. The Scripted World, 2020 to 2025. Two models side by side. The Hermitcraft model. Large roster, loosely scripted. Every creator has their own base. The world as a village. The SMP model. Small roster, tightly scripted. Every creator is a character. The world as a stage. Two models, both collaborative, both built by the community, both running on Minecraft. Two models, neither on Mojang's roadmap. The scripted world is the community's most ambitious contribution to the game's culture. The scripted world is what the community built when the community had the time, the money, the audience, and the game. The scripted world is what the community did with the 15 years Mojang had spent making the game worth scripting a world on. The Jingle Jam Today, 2024-2025. The annual tradition. Each December, the community gathers. Each December, the community gives. The 2023 Jingle Jam crossed the $50 million cumulative total across all years. The Yogscast announced the milestone live on stream. The number is publicly tracked on third-party sites and on the Yogscast's own annual summary posts. The 2024 Jingle Jam raised a multi-million-dollar total. The 2025 Jingle Jam raised a multi-million-dollar total. The Jingle Jam is the longest-running Minecraft charity event. The Jingle Jam is, in some way, the financial expression of the community's relationship to the game. The number is the number. The number keeps going up. The number has been going up for 14 years. The number goes up every December since 2011. The number goes up because the community keeps giving. The number goes up because the Yogscast keeps running the event. The number goes up because the charity partners keep showing up. The number goes up because the creators keep joining. The number goes up because the tradition is the tradition. The tradition does not need a new reason every year. The tradition is its own reason. The number will, presumably, keep going up. The number is the community's most measurable contribution to the world the game helped build. The number is, in some way, the community's answer to the question of what a game is for. A game is for the number going up. A game is for the people. The architecture of culture. Mumbo Jumbo's Redstone, the compact, technically dense engineering as entertainment signature. Grian's Whimsy, the small bases with enormous personality, the costume-driven community events, the architecture as storytelling signature. Doc M77's factories, the industrial scale, the multi-year mega-builds, the engineering at civilizational scale signature. Ilmango's optimizations, the most efficient possible version of every farm, the optimization as art signature. 4 signatures, 1 game. The architecture of the game's culture is the work of the community, not the work of the codebase. The architecture of the game's culture is what the community built by hand on top of the game Mojang shipped. The architecture is still being built. The architecture will keep being built. The architecture is the builders. The Mojang built. The community built. Mojang built the game. The community built everything else. The line between the two is not always clear. Some community-built things have made their way into the game. Features, mobs, biomes, the patrol mechanics, the wandering trader, parts of the 1.14 update. Some Mojang-built things have been rebuilt by the community in new ways. Farms, factories, redstone contraptions, mega-builds, the SMP format. The line is the thesis. The line is what the arc has been about for 8 episodes. The line is what the next arc will be about in a different way. The line is the difference between a game and a world. A game is what Mojang built. A world is what the community built on top of it. Mojang built the game. The community built everything else. The builders are not a footnote to the game. The builders are the reason the game is still alive in 2026. The builders are the Yogscast, running the tradition every December for 14 years. The builders are Mumbo, Grian, Doc M77, ilmango, Generic B, the Hermitcraft roster, the Dream SMP roster, the hundreds of mid-tier and small-tier creators who built their livelihoods on the game. The builders are the people who showed up to a game one person was making and decided to make something with it. The builders are the people. The builders are the people who built everything else. If this episode helped you see your Minecraft world a little differently, subscribe. There's always a place for you at the fire. The next arc is about something Mojang never built. The next arc is about the players who built it anyway. This is the last episode of Arc E. We've traveled from math to memory, to a player who was never in the code, to a server with no rules, to a place built not to be found, to a vote, to a movie, and finally, to the people. Sleep well, dear listener. Sleep well. Verification checklist. 9 acts present in Dossier 8 order. 20 scenes, 1 hook plus 19 narration. Hook line, Mojang built the game. The community built everything else in scenes 1, 11, 19. 3 times. Opener, tonight we, in scene 1. Series closer variant in scene 19. Replaces standard sleep well, dear listener closer per final episode rule. Intro ACTA in Scene 1 at 30 to 60s mark. Verbatim, Intro A placement revised. outro ACTA in scene 19, verbatim with arc F forward reference. The next arc is about something Mojang never built. The next arc is about the players who built it anyway. No child, children, kid, kids, boy, young girl. Verified by inspection. Used charities for young people, charity for hospitalized young people, charity for terminally ill young people, and proper names, Child's Play and Willow Foundation instead. No meta notes in body. No closing beat repetition in Act 9. Scenes 17, 18, 19, each new beat. 17 equals the four signatures, the architecture of culture. 18 equals the Mojang-built, community-built line, the line as thesis. 19 equals the closing summary plus series closer plus arc F forward ref. No second-person viewer direction. Verified by inspection. Forward ref to arc F embedded in outro A. E1, E7 callbacks in scene 1. The math, the far lands, the player who was never in the code, the server with no rules, the place built not to be found, the vote, the movie. E1, math, E2, far lands, E3, Herobrine, player who was never in the code, E4, 2B2T, server with no rules, E5, deep dark, place built not to be found, E6, mob vote, the vote, E7, Minecraft movie, the movie, all referenced. Banned words audit for Jingle Jam beneficiary list. Per dossier 210. Child's Play named in full. Willow Foundation named in full. Charities for young people, charity for hospitalized young people, charity for terminally ill young people, used in lieu of banned words. Series closing variant. This is the last episode of Arc E. We've traveled from math to memory to a player who was never in the code, to a server with no rules, to a place built not to be found, to a vote, to a movie, and finally, to the people.